How do you make your video pages look great on social? We're going to talk about how to show a fantastic thumbnail image on pages like LinkedIn and Facebook, and even how to make an interactive experience like this on Twitter. To demonstrate, I've made this small sample application in Astro. Here's what you need to know about it. Everything that runs inside these code fences runs on the server. Then this gets sent as HTML to the client. You can see that the HTML is wrapped by a layout component. This layout component provides our essential HTML tags like HTML, head, and body. It also provides a slot, which I've named head, which allows me to put metadata into the head of my document. This application has all of the metadata that you need to look great on social. Let's go through it line by line. Up top, we have some basic metadata, which will ensure that we look good in search results. For example, title, description, and keywords. These are things you should have on every web page. Up next come my opengraph tags. Opengraph is a protocol which many social networks use to understand your website. Opengraph supports basic things like title, the type of the document, URL, as well as more complex things like an image that might represent your page. This is the image that we're going to use to tell our social networks about your video thumbnail. Here are the basic opengraph tags that I just mentioned. Opengraph requires that you provide a URL, which links to your website, a title, and a description. In order to tell Opengraph about your image, you can use the OG image property. Here, we're using the Mux image API, combined with a playback ID from Mux, and these query parameters to get an image of our video. Social networks frequently use images of 1200 pixels wide and 630 pixels tall. And for social networks that require a secure URL, we also provide that here. Finally, social networks want to know more about your image, including its type, explicitly what its width and height are, and finally, alternative text for accessibility. Some social networks support displaying a video instead of an image. The tags for videos are similar to those for images. Here, we use the OG video tag to provide social networks with an MP4 rendition of our content. Like earlier, we tell social networks about the type and the width and the height of our video. Finally, some social networks support rich data about your video. For that, instead of using the OG namespace, we can use the video namespace. Here, we're telling social networks about the duration of our video, its release date, and also some tags describing the content of the video. To learn more about the video namespace, check out the opengraph protocol website. Instead of using opengraph, Twitter has its own protocol. Here, we provide Twitter with the title, description, our Twitter handle, as well as the image like we did earlier. Except here, we're using 1200 by 600 because Twitter prefers a 2:1 aspect ratio. We're also telling Twitter explicitly that this is the type of thumbnail that can be shown on a large card. Twitter cards actually support more than just images. You can actually provide an embedded version of your website that allows your user to watch the video directly within their feed. Here's what that looks like. Instead of using summary large image, we're going to provide a Twitter card type of player. Next, we're going to use the Twitter player tags to tell Twitter about our player. Here, we link Twitter to the video that we want to show in the feed. Next, we tell Twitter how wide and how tall we want that video to be. I've written a separate page of this website, which takes playback ID and provides a layout that'll work well embedded in Twitter's feed. Here's what it looks like. You can see that as I resize my window, the video fills the available space. And here's what it looks like on Twitter's feed. You can see that if we enter the web inspector, Twitter's just using an iframe to embed that web page. And that's a quick look at how to make your video look great on social. We'll have more resources in the description below. As always, for more on video development, stay tuned to the Mux Informational.